that it might turn to a dense forest. So, addition to this one, if I say that anybody can, usually I used to say in the public meetings, anybody can share, anybody can show me a way that I can raise my hand. Anybody can show me the way that I can raise my hand. No, you cannot raise my hand until I raise my hand by myself, by my effort. So, what does it mean? That whatever we are going to do in our life, so that we have to take the initiative. So, let's begin. The excuses, it's so critical in our life that when we are unable to initiate any creative thought, we keep ourselves busy in crafting excuses. So, as Mr. Siraj Saab told me that a good lot of people are from Urdu. So allow me to share some kind of Urdu. If you are not comfortable, if you are not understanding, please do write in chatting. So Siraj Saab will guide me later, or you can tell me. So there is a one very prominent share which helped me to understand in my college days. Allow me to read. I'll do the very rough translation of it also. इरादे बांधता हूँ, सोचता हूँ, छोड़ देता हूँ, कहीं ऐसा ना हो जाए, कहीं वैसा ना हो जाए. So we keep trying, we keep crafting, we keep programming ourselves that we have to do something which is more creative, which is aiming. Then we are scared about that the results will not be in our favor. So it's a general translation. Let's go further. Now think about your own favorite personality which you like in your own life, from your family, from your social structure, from your international level, whatever. I selected few which they inspired me from the childhood days. Sir Sadai Ahmed Khan, Allama Iqbal, Muhammad Ali Johar, Abul Kalam Azad, Imam Timia. What do you think? Are these people are the product of lame excuses? If not, then you have to believe that with all challenges, in spite of all challenges, they never allowed themselves to carried away with the lame excuses. So when we believe that Allama Iqbal was a prominent personality, his influences are carrying the centuries and decades, then we have to believe that if you want to have a prominent personality, if you want to be a different level, so then we have to believe that excuses will not craft any personality which will contribute to any level. So what happened? We make excuses and we crash our life in 5 areas. I used to take as a palm, 5 fingers, and sixth one is a palm. So if we manage to notice that in which area we are working with the excuses, in which area we are allowing excuses to damage and destroy and diminish our personality, the first one is the spiritual level. In whatever the concept you believe in the God, whatever the concept you believe that you have to play some role in the spiritual domain, we are having some excuses and we are going far away from the spiritual life. Second is the emotional competence. The increasing rate of divorce, increasing rate of disagreement in our family, and increasing rate of from one political party to another party in the global level, individual level, and social level, because of the incompetence of emotional personality. We have the excuses. We are having the good business, we are having good enough support, financial support and social support, educational support, but we are unable to manage our emotional competence. The third thing, education. Please allow me to say what I mean for the education. Education, it doesn't mean the accolades what you acquire. It doesn't mean that degrees what you acquire. Education means keep learning, keep enhancing, keep growing, keep expanding, keep acquiring skills, keep enhancing your hidden talents. Because the God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, called you the first word with iqra, learn, understand, comprehend, utilize, and implement. The iqra has this word has a very wide meaning. So educational means in your life, you have to expand the meaning of iqra. So here we are having the education. I have seen good lot of people, they never learn any book, they never open any book after completion of the graduation. They never read any book. These days, We are suffering a lot. A very good a tip which I learned that recent days. Suppose if you are comfortable with your exercise, physical exercise, eating habit, physical exercise, you are doing good lot of exercise, but you are addicted to junk food, you are not having the good health. You will not grow as per the needed parameters. So what we have to do, we have to avoid the junk food. The same way, when you are educating yourself, when you have a profound way to learn and acquire education, then take care of the junk information through WhatsApp, through email, through YouTube. So education is a very important area. Emotional education, physical education, health education, whatever the education. So these area we are getting into trap of excuses. Now the physical area, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam fought a war in 52 years, Ghazwatul Uhud, and 57 years, at the age of 57 years, Ghazwatul Hunain, Ghazwa Autav, Ghazwa Taif. In a span of 1.5 months, he fought in 3 mega wars, mega battlefield he was there, 57 years. And the same war, you might have heard that saying of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ana Nabiyu la kazab, Ana ibn Abdul Muttalib. So, due to the physical fitness, if any man claims that I am physically fit and he is not doing exercise, his life is not going as per the prophetic parameters, the dawn to dusk, it means that you are cluttered with the excuses. You are cluttered with the excuses. Now, come to the financial area. Here, I would like to say one thing. 1 second. If you are not planning the financial life, the next year, what you will be, how you will grow, how much money you will save, how much you will money create, it is the same crime as you are not believing a God. If you are financially clear, money management, and if you're in a capacity to buy your important things, your capacity to support, your capacity to create and develop, it means that you are again cluttered here with some kind of leaks and crony excuses. Come to the 6th point, which I used to say that this is the palm. Whatever you acquired with 5 fingers, let me repeat you that one. Allow me to repeat that one, please. We will go socially later. Spirituality, emotional competence, educational number 3, physical exercises or physical expertise, in financial management, financial literacy. And if you acquire all these 5 with 5 fingers, now you have to return it back to the society. If you are in a capacity to return it back, you will change the norms of the society. You will serve back to the society, that you are here to serve a very big purpose. So that is very important. Now let's have a simple inventory, the what kind of excuses, if you know these are excuses, something surrounding in your life, then it will be eye-opener. I am going to open myself. Just read for a while. Oh, it's tough. I cannot work it. Oh, I cannot own it. I cannot perform it. I cannot take this challenge. Number 2, it's a family drama. No one did in our family. We are angry people. We are emotionally disturbed people. We are impulsive people. Number 3, oh, I cannot take the risk. These kind of excuses we are having. We are claiming that life is a default metrics we are living. Life is not a default. Life we have to design. We are the designer piece of God. So to eliminate this one dust and trash and dirt of excuses, we have to see where we are stuck. Number 3, risk. I'm not going to take risk. I'm busy. I don't have time to read anything which is important, which is a true calling of my life. Oh, it's new to me. How can I learn in this age? I'm crossing the age. I'm already crossed decade 5 decades, 4 decades, 6 decades. It is not my true nature. It is not my signature strength. I cannot afford that one. I cannot afford that one. In true terms, I don't deserve. These are few lists. I have already made 100 excuses, the catalog of the excuses, but I selected few which will allow you to decide the conscious endeavor. With the help of conscious endeavor, we can change this excuses catalog to the area of potential. We are keep employing the excuses. So what happened in true terms, our life is building like we are building the resume for the Baith.com, for the LinkedIn.com. We are building our resume, the real resume, on these excuses or on this opportunity, on these avenues. Before having excuses, I would like to cast a glance for a moment for this slide. You have to ask a question. Is it true? Is it true? The excuses which is I am claiming that I am not going to own, I am not going to ride, I am not going to learn. Where did the excuse came from? What's the payoff? What would my life look like? I repeat, what would my life look like if I couldn't use these excuses? Can I create a rational reason to change? You have to ask these questions. Can I access universal cooperation, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in shedding old habits? How can I continuously reinforce new way of thinking? If you keep asking, I'll go back once again for the list of the excuses we have just gone through, which is tough. Ask, is it true? Is it family drama? Is the God is going to help me in this area? Is it risky? Then ask these questions. If you want, I will share these answers, the rationale for this one. Can I create a rational reason to change this one? Brothers, then you will feel that it's very easy to shun the habits and you can come in a real potential area, real and a true calling. You will connect to that one. Now, let me share few excuses we are creating. We cannot start anything till we get a perfection on it. No one is perfect in any task. When Musab bin Umair radiallahu ta'ala sent as a preacher to Medina Munawwara, he was not having experience to that one. The preaching and discussing, debating, satisfying the questions, whereas the Quran was also not revealed totally. It was a partial, the revealed portion he took and been to Medina and conquered. Inspiration. I need somebody to inspire me. I need an external inspiration. Ponder upon these things. Are we having these questions? Are we having these reasons that we are going away from our dreams? Are these reasons are influencing our own body? Psychosomatic influences we are suffering on that one. We are getting dull, lazy, lethargic. All excuses are misalignment to the God's creation. All excuses are junk, blockades, and hindrances and obstacles from the God's creation, the potential which we are blessed. We want reassurance before going to take any new task. We need reassurance. From who we need reassurance? Someone very close to us, some institutions. We want someone to come and change us. Think about it. Apparently, it looks very simple. But to my experience, when I started working on this one, it gave me a good lot of changes in my personality. The right person to come along with me. We want to build an association. We want to build a company. We want to create a concept. We are waiting for someone. Whereas Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam spent his good lot of time, 13 years in Makkah, with a handful of people. He started. He was not waiting for Ikrama, Atba, Shayba, Al-Bakhtari, Walid. He started with humble people. We have another good excuses. Let's kids settle their life. Let's they start earning. Let they settle after marriage or they from migration, after graduation. Number 7, when it comes to the office level, we say new administration to take over. I cannot work with this administration. We even don't share our creative potential with the existing administration. You might have heard that Man arafa nafsahu faqad arfa rabbuhu. If you know your own hidden potential and capacity, then you mean that you know the God. You know the God. You know the God's intention. There is one more hadith which I am remembering. Kulla muyassarun lima khuliqa lahu. Every man is blessed with a total potential, what he is designed for, what he has inborn trait. Lima khuliqa lahu. So we have to know our hidden potential. We have to know our signature strength. We have to know our hidden talent. So then we can share whatever the administration is serving to you, or instead of waiting the new administration. Absence of risk. There is nothing like absence of any risk. Everywhere there is a risk will be there. And someone to discover you. We are waiting someone to find a hero character in your personality. So this is again a very rude thing which we are expecting someone to do this. Very raw thing, which is very typical thing, I can say that one. We need set of clear instruction. We don't see that like a groping a switch in a dark room. Creativity starts like such a way that we start groping in a dark room where we can get switch. We can get the room, get it lit. We need more confidence. What kind of confidence? Confidence is the result of the combating existing fear. I reminded by one more hadith. تُقَلِّقُوا بِأَخْلَاقِ اللَّهِ. And a human being, try to be creative like God. So how if we have a confidence, we can be creative. If we don't have confidence, we cannot do any kind of creative attempt. You need to do a very hard work without any expectation of the end result. I would like to share a few tips. You might have heard that Milton, who wrote his Paradise Lost. You know, when I read about him, he was a very busy man. His work started 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. Dawn to dusk, he was busy. But you know, when he wrote the Paradise Lost, he wrote 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. He somehow managed to write his Paradise Lost, a remarkable poetry from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. You might have heard about the Webster's dictionary. He took 36 years to compile that one. Allow me to share one film story. The character which is performed in the Gandhi, Sir Richardson Attenborough. There was a gentleman who performed the role of the Gandhi, Ben Kingsley. His great-grandfather from India. So he lost 20 kilogram weight to perform the role. He used to play with the charkha, the wheel. He used to sit in a yoga posture. Before he was not capacity to fold his legs, like to sit in yoga posture. A question to you. A man who wants to do acting as an actor of a one character Gandhi, he changed his life. When we have a personality like Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Sahaba Ikram and a great personality, can't we change ourselves? This is the excuse that, oh, it's a very difficult. We cannot perform the task. We cannot own this mission. We cannot carry that program. A person can carry Ben Kingsley, that he lost shed 20 kilogram weight. He managed to sit in the posture which he is not having any practice, and he was talking. His room was full of the painting. Allow me to share another story of the same film. I was very much impressed. It's a total negative story which I am sharing. In the Gandhi film, there was a character assigned to perform a role of Nehru. And there was a person, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's friend was Daryan Angadi. And Daryan Angadi was having a son His name was Ayan. Ayan's face is very similar to Nehru. Ayan was very impressed because he was listening all his stories from his father, that I am a friend of Nehru and Nehru was this. And he spent his life, whole time listening about the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He been to Richardson Attenborough that I want to perform as a Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru character in your film. He tried a lot. He failed in first audition, second audition, third. And Attenborough rejected him from the film. You know what happened? Ayan Deva Angadi committed suicide. I was thinking when I read about him that how much he was in love to perform a character for a few minutes in the film. But he sacrificed his life. What about us? When we have very clear chartered path from the Quran and books and seerah, that we can do anything with the help of shunning out the excuses. Okay, let's move further. Whenever I read this Prophet's prayer, I was thinking that Prophet is not worried about Kasra. He was not worried about Byzantine Empire. He was not worried about Darul Nadwa of Makkan infidel people. He was not worried about Abu Jahl, Latba, Shaiba, Walid, Abu al-Bakhtari. He was worried about laziness. He was worried about sorrow. So he was always seeking refuge. In our childhood days, parents train us to remember this dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-husni wa a'udhu bika min al-kasli wal-bukhli wal-jubni wa zal'i ad-dayni wa ghalbati ar-rijal. Varied version you will find in ahadith. You try to remember how we will be away from these excuses if you remember. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from grief and sadness, from weakness and from laziness. Today I am talking about particularly something more about laziness, whereas this dua is comprised of many areas which will help you develop, from miserliness and from the cowardice, and from being overcome by the debt and the overpowered by men or others. So Prophet ﷺ was praying, he was scared that himself or his ummah will be in a trap of laziness. So excuses are a very critical thing. We have to take care of that one. Suppose if you are in the trap of the excuses, like a tiger playing in the circus, like a monkey and donkey and horse. So you will be in control of excuses. It will influence, your psychosomatic influences will start, and you will have a very bad personality. Allow me to repeat this one, the Tabuk expedition. We all know this one, Tabuk expedition. If you don't know, I request you to read in detail. I don't want to go about the three companions of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Sayyid Ka'b bin Malik, Hazrat Hilal bin Umayyah, Hazrat Murara bin Rubai. I just want to highlight about the Ka'b bin Malik. He said, earlier I was having one horse, but before Tabuk expedition, I was having 2 horses. Earlier, I was having a handful of money, but before Tabuk, I was having enough money. Before Tabuk, I was having good health, but at the time of Tabuk, I was very fit and fine. I was healthy and wealthy and fine. But he was planning that I will join later because I have a good horse. I will join later, I have enough money. I will join because I have good health. But somehow he failed to join the Tabuk expedition. What happened? Prophet ﷺ didn't spoke to him for 40 days. There was a social boycott. He punished him in such a way that the whole humanity learned that laziness is a very heinous crime. So when we know this one, we do have built-in excuses. We live in the catalog of the excuses. And Prophet ﷺ, our Islamic teachings, will not allow any excuses to incorporate in our life. Sometimes we blame that we don't have the genetic package. We don't get the bumper draw of the genetic package, or like other person is having, he is so active, so proactive. I'm not that one. It's false claim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created with the germs, and our creation is based on a success matrix. We created as a winner. We are born as a winner. So after being born, there is no way that we can blame our genetic package. We cannot doubt our own divinity. We cannot claim that we are powerless. Excuses are the least resistant mental attitude. We own that one. We live in the couple of excuses. We live in the addiction of excuses. We live in the rotten mindset of the excuses. We became addicted of the excuses. We feel that we are physically comfort. We feel that we are emotionally and mentally comfort. Whereas we are not living up to our potential. We need to detach ourselves from our mental attitudes, mental habits. Allow me to share a story. Today I have 5 to 6 stories. Please allow me to share a story. It might help you. You might have heard this story. There was a wealthy lady. She was a rich and quite rich enough, but she was a very weak and very old lady, very old. Assume that she is in 80s. She was having a chariot and coach. The man he hired a driver, and the horses used to go ground, valley, mountain, and little beach and different areas. She was moving around, doing everything possible. She was enjoying life. But one day, one horse said, I'm not going to follow the group. I will take a sharp right turn. The another horse said, no, I'm not going to follow the group. I will take the sharp left turn. What happened? The driver loosed reins of the chariot, and he fell down, tossed down from the chariot and coach, and he became wounded. And the very dull and thin and meager voice, the old lady said, hey, driver, wake up, hold the reins, control the carrier. He was unable to control that one because horses was not in control. My story ends. This story gave me the message that the chariot is our body. The old lady is our old spirit. She can just whisper. She can say. She can prompt you. But the 5 senses are our senses. The rays are our emotions. The man who is riding car is our intellect. If you trust the whole intellect, if you trust the whole reason, if the intellect is unable to control the reins, it means that we will lose our life. The secret of life is this: the coach is our body. We need to control the body. The secret of our life is the horses are our 5 senses, like the 5 horses we have shown in this slide. So the horses' senses we have to control. Suppose you have taken enough food, you're reasonably enough and satisfied. Then if you want to take another big chunk of pizza, it will collapse your intellect. It will collapse your body. It will collapse all your 5 senses. It will damage your potential. And if you don't control the reins, then your emotion will not allow you to ride properly. So driver, what is driver? It will be weak creature. So allow me to one more story. The gentleman somehow managed to live. How many of us know that we are wearing the jeans pant, which is the gift of the Levi's Taurus? Many of us know, but those who are not know, those who are not aware of this creation, I would like to share about this Levi's Taurus contribution. Levi born in Germany. He been to US. There was an announcement that the gold mine shares are declared. So Levi said, I have some handful money, but I want some more money to buy the good shares and grew. He was having a sister, he was having a brother, he'd been from German to America with his siblings. But he said, let's go in one trade caravan. And if I make some more money, I will able to manage some good shares of the golden shares. He'd been there. And he was unlucky that he lost all his capital money. And everybody gone. He left alone his tent. It was a cold season. What happened? He saw his tent and he invited few tailors. He said, let's take this tent and start making the jeans pant. Yes, he was the inventor of the jeans pant. He was the designer of the jeans pant. Good lot of people gathered again around him. He made later a factory. He never cast a glance back on the golden mine shares, because somehow he came out from the excuses. Somehow he managed to turn his weakness to a strength. From where? The last resort, which is was having a tent. So we need to know our excuses pattern, what pattern we are living it. Otherwise, we have to pay a very big price to that one. Otherwise, there is one more opportunity, the unlimited happiness are waiting for us. Again, I want to share the same topic. Again, I want to share something because I have some more thing to share with you. Oh, it's tough. Oh, it's family drama, I cannot change. We are genetically designed that we are angry people. We are impulsive people. We are lazy people. We don't take risk. Please read out all these excuses. If you have some more excuses, think about those excuses. Allow me to share one more inspiring story. There was a king. He wanted to know what I should do, when I should do, how I should do, with whom I should do, what is the important, and to summarize, what is the important work, what is the important time, which is the important place, who is the important person, when should I initiate anything? He asked this question to a good lot of people. He announced a reward. Those who will have a good answer for these questions, he will give a big award. He failed to get satisfied answer. His minister said there was a monk living in the cliff of the mountain. He is living in a cave and he is very angry on your kingdom with your ministers. So he will not come to reply you. And if you go there, he will not answer you. The king said, but do you think that he will be in capacity to reply all these questions? He will reply to answer these questions? The minister said, yes, we assume that he will be in a capacity to give the wise answers for that one, because he was a very known monk as a wise man in that area. The king said, okay, let me do one thing. I will disguise. I will change my attire. I will not wear as a king attire. I will wear as a common man attire, and I will go there. His army said, sir, it's very dangerous if you go there because a good lot of people are not happy with you. So we will cover you. We will protect you around the valley. You go there. If you found something comfortable, you stay and get the answers. Otherwise, we will take care of your protections. He planned. He changed his attire. He been to the monk and he discussed with the monk. And the monk was surprised that how a common man is having a so profound question. What is the important thing in life? Which place is important? When shall I initiate any good work? Who is the important person to whom I have to start a new thing? These are the basic questions. While he was talking, suddenly a man came with wounds and profusely bleeding. And he fell down. Suddenly the monk took him his hand and he started giving the first aid. The king joined to help him after a few hours. And sunset, and unable to see each other, the monk said, gentlemen, I heard your questions. I am unable to reply you now. Go back, come tomorrow, because I have to attend this man. King said, no, I'll stay with you. I'll stay in your cave, because these questions are very important to me. So said, okay, go and sleep somewhere. Come to me tomorrow morning. Next day, the man who was having wounds, he became normal, managed to stand, managed to sit. Then the king came, the man fell down on his feet. He said, oh king, I seek apology. Please forgive me. I came to kill you, but your army hit me so badly that I got many wounds in my body. I was unable to walk, because someone told me that you are going to ask this mountain, you are going to meet this monk. I got this information secretly. I want to kill you. But when I was about to unconscious, I was unable to see, I was taking a sort of last breath. I saw you were protecting me, you are helping me, you have provided me the first aid. So I want to apologize, accept my apology. Monk was surprised and shocked. He said, are you a king? He said, yes, I have to declare that I am a king. But I was having serious questions. That's why I came in this disguise. I changed this attire. The king said, that man, why you want to kill me? And why you are taking this apology? Why you are asking? Let me know what is your problem? He said, one of your ministers snatched my land. One of your ministers took my son and threw him into prison. And one of your ministers took my business. And I tried to read to your judge. Your judges are corrupt. Your ministers are bad. Your legal authorities are very biased. So I feel that I should kill the king. The king was very honest, and he was not having this kind of idea about that area's ministers. He said, trust me, I will return your money. I will release your son. I will give you good award for that one. And I'm very sorry for that one. I will take care of every your problem. The monk was very happy. The monk said, what were your questions? He said, what is the important time? Who is the important person? What to be done? How to start? When to initiate? The monk said, yesterday night when you were with me and the man came, that was the important place, time, person, thing, task to be done. You have to live in a moment and enjoy the moment and do the creativity. Every creative work, every nice work done and performed in a moment, not in the future, not in the past. And as per the Islamic teachings, as I said, one hadith, تُخَلِّقُ بِإِخْلَاقِ اللَّهِ, one attribution of the God is God live in eternal now. And we used to say in Urdu, daimi ab, eternal now. God is not having past, not having future. So we have to live in an eternal now. Then if we believe in the eternal now, that we cannot postpone, we cannot procrastinate, we cannot be lethargic for tomorrow, we cannot delay the thing. We have to be in a moment, we have to live, we have to initiate performance right now. The life starts now. With your permission, I would like to share another thing. You might have remembered that Prophet ﷺ used to pray good lot of time. Allahumma arinal ashya kama hiya. One dimension, two dimension. Ashya, things as multi-dimension. The deeper meaning of any point. The deepest concept which is appearing, apparently it's good, apparently is bad, but Prophet ﷺ always want to ask kama hiya, as it is. That's why even when you read the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's life history, you will not find the concept animosity in a general way. He was praying for the generations and generations of the enemies. He was not having the concept of grief and happiness as we are living. Brothers and sisters, if you know with the clarity of the concept of grief and happiness, you will solve many excuses. You will come out many excuses. We celebrate grief, first day of death, second day of death, third day of death, and we keep on celebrating. In the same way, our concept of happiness is so materialistic. We don't know the meaning of the relationship. We don't know the meaning of the physical health. We are eating and very tasty food. We are not eating protein, calcium, and potassium because we don't know the arinal ashya kama here. Spiritual life is so misguided in different cult and dogmas. In group, we don't know the meaning. We want to have the peace, we want to have the pleasure, but in two extremes, we don't know the arinal ashya. That's why we start crafting excuses. Let me revise you that one which I shared a few moments ago. We want perfection. What kind of perfection? At inception, no one is having a perfection. We want inspiration. Again, we want inspiration, external inspiration, not internal callings. We are attending with our internal. We want reassurance before initiating. We want someone to come and change our life. Allow me to repeat this one, because these we have to quit and we have to question. We have to reason with these excuses to initiate. We come out the excuses. These are very important things which will help us to go from excuses to excellence. The right person to come along. Number 5. Number 6, the kids to settle their life. After settling their kids, after settling our kids, what we will be in age, what potential we will have, what energy we will live, new admin to take over in our offices, in the political setup, in the global setup. We never do anything as per our vision, as per our ideas, as per the Quranic way. Absence of risk. It's a, allow me to say a very harsh expression, share. It's a foolish concept that no work is free of risk. Someone to discover me, people used to ask, would you please tell me what potential I have? What personality I do possess? Do you think in which area should I go? Only you have to initiate the life, and the course of creativity, course of endeavor will help you to reach the place where the God made to you. There is an acronym for that one, G-O-D. Allow me to write G-O-D. God's, sorry, I will use this one later, God. First I will use, there is a gap, G-A-P, gap. We have to know the gap of our personality. Excuses are filled with gap. God's awarded personality. Suppose a tiger, if you keep the tiger in a proportionate bar, it will protect the society. If you open the bars a little wide, the tiger will come out and it will start eating. It will harming the society. We have to keep the proportion of the gap. Our personality is in the gap. G-A-P, gap, God's awarded personality. God's awarded personality. Even the music is a result of, euphony is the result of, rhythm is the result of proportionate note. Tong, ting, there will be no euphony. You have to give a proportionate that one. God's awarded personality. So if you are impulsive, control that one. If you are lazy, make it closer to that one. Take a quick action. So every excuses can be managed with the gap, God's awarded personality. This is the one acronym I would like you to remember this one. God, G-O-D, G-O-D, God, generate, organize, and deliver. I repeat, G-O-D. These two acronyms helped me a lot since my childhood days. Generate, organize, and deliver. If we reverse this matrix, it will be a dog. We start delivering, we start organizing, then we think about the generation. So God is another acronym which helped me to understand many problems which I somehow managed to do this one. Let's read the number 10. Clear set of instruction. It's so silly excuse. It's a very lame excuse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, think and initiate, pursue. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. When you think and plan, go ahead. Don't stop that one. How many ayahs of the Quran which is telling that God will not bless you Jannah until you be tested in the turmoil, in the problem, in the suffering? I would like to share one ayah. أَمْ حَسِبْتُمْ أَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ وَلَمَّا يَأْتِكُمْ مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ مَسَّتْهُمُ الْبَأْسَاءُ وَالضَّرَّاءُ وَزُلْزِلُوا حَتَّى يَقُولَ الرَّسُولُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ مَتَى نَصْرُ اللَّهِ أَلَا إِنَّ نَصْرَ اللَّهِ الْقَرِيبُ. The God will not award you Jannah. He will not bless you paradise until you're tested. Even the prophets of the time, they said, God, when will you have a success and triumph? God said, your task is to do your job and wait for the triumphant moment. So we have no assurance, no set of instructions, no set of rules. So what we need, we are asking that, this is another excuse. We need more self-confidence. Self-confidence will not come until we have, we take some risk. Allow me to share one more story. With the help of hadith, I would like to share this one. Wisdom is the lost treasure of the Muslims. Grab it wherever you find. Al-hikmatu dallul mu'min. I gave the name of the story is every person is a golden treasure. I repeat, every person is a golden treasure. Imagine you are the treasure box. Imagine you are the valley of the gold. How you could be a valley? Let's go deep into the story. Once, one sculptor sculpted Buddhas with a stone, with the dust and mud. It's a real story of the Singapore. They plan to take this Buddha statue to a different city. They put in the chariot and they travel a long journey. The monks were there, they were taking care of Buddha and they were very careful about it. But in the night, when they were traveling an uneven path and the Buddha, the statue of the Buddha cracked down, and so cracked in severely, the monk, they were very new in the field, they noticed that the Buddha was having a layer of mud, layer of cement, layer of wood, and whereas behind the layer of cement, behind the layer of the wood, behind the layer of wood, the Buddha was a golden. They were hiding because they were expecting the dacoit will loot them. But when they reach and they noticed that, the younger monk noticed that the Buddha statue was a totally pure golden, something around 22 or 24 karat gold. And the cost of that one is $1 trillion cost. The inspiration of this story gives me that we are all having a golden treasure made by the God, but it's layered by the dogma, layered by the culture, layered by the dust, layered by the excuses, or we are fully drenched in our excuses. We need to break, we need to shun, we need to take out all these layers. And if we manage to do that one, then we will be in a capacity to perform, and we will, the world will, give the true value of what it is, what we are made of. A moment ago, I shared the hadith. I would like to repeat that one. كُلُّ مُيَسِّرٌ لِمَا خُلِقَ لَهُ. The meaning of that one, everything is easy for that person he is made up of, which is his true calling. Suppose I cannot dig a well, but I can read and write. The same way, we have to see our signature strength. How it could be possible? We have to initiate and go out from the excuses and start doing, then you will know that one. And here Allama Iqbal, Allama Iqbal wrote many poetic verses in Urdu and Persian about the taqdeer. Taqdeer, allow me to read in Urdu. Taqdeer ke paband nabatat o jamadat, momin faqat ahkam ilahi ka paband. We are so deterministic. We are feeling that our fate is written in such a way that we cannot budge, we cannot move. Whereas Iqbal said only two creatures, inorganic and the plants, nabatat or jamadat, are born. Women are free. His task is to follow the nature, the rule of God, the God's creation. One more thing I want to share with the help of one more story, it might help you. And this story is very close to my heart, because you will hear the story something about the Dammam also, where I am living, Dhahran. The name of the story is Power of the Self-Talk. We are having the two kind of excuses, negative talk and positive talk. Positive talk, self-talk, salaliq. In Urdu, what we said, khud kalami. There was a lady, Florence Chadwick. She was a very good swimmer. But whenever she takes part in any competition in school and college days, she failed, because she was not having that skill to swim quick. We have to we have to conclude. I have to conclude in 15 minutes. Surely I will conclude that one. She was unable to swim fast, so she failed many times. Then she married. She was having 2 kids. One day she was sitting with his family, with his 2 friends, and mother and father and mother-in-law. She said, I lost my life. I was a very good swimmer, but unable to swim. But I noticed that I can swim in the ocean. Her husband said, really? Then jump in the ocean. She jumped in the channel. She swam 8 hours. Second day, 10 hours. Third day, 12 hours. With the help of team, crew, boat. And then she training, and she started swimming. And one day, she planned to cross the channel for 15 hours swimming. And they were having a ship. It is sponsored by company. The sniper was there. Her parent was there. Her husband was there. She was about to reach to the beach, about to reach to the coast, and she quit. Everybody said, you are very close, 1 kilometer away. After a few moments, you will be there. She said, no, I'm feeling worried, because I feel that the shark is about to kill me. I'm going to kill. I'm not going to survive. She quit, and she came to Dhahran. She worked in Dammam and worked in a Aramco company as a stenographer. It's a true story. And after that, she was unhappy. She said, no, I'll go back again. I will take a new challenge. She took a new challenge again. She started swimming. Again, she was having the same crew. Then she swam. And on the day, she forgot to see the lunar calendars, and the moon days. She, by mistake, she jumped into the water on 14th night when the high tides were there. But everybody was telling, hey, Florence, come back, you cannot reach. She said, no, I have 1,000 songs recorded in my earphone, in my device. I am not swimming, mother. I am dancing. I am enjoying. I will not complete till I complete my 1,000 songs. So she completed. Then the interviewer asked, she made a record, world record. She said, interviewer asked, how do you manage this one? She said, I was talking to, a self-talk was going on that I can make it happen. The earlier, the self-negative talks made me to stop. So dear friends, I was having good lot of incidents. Then the America gave him the big award. She made a history, and it was a very famous, she became a very famous lady. She completed 10-15 Gibraltar also in the Spain. She made many records. She was a very unique lady. How it could happen? She shunned the excuses. She managed, she grabbed the excuses that I can make, the self-talk. So before concluding that one, as I did, every excuses is a false disalignment to the God's creation. We have to take care in which excuses we are in the trap. If you manage to turn, if you manage how, with the help of questions, with the help of reasons. To conclude here, I have a few more stories, but as my time is running out, so I would like you to, I would conclude myself. If you have any questions, please do ask me to clarify. If I'm in capacity, I will try to help you. So I conclude my section. If you want, Mr. Siraj, you can join and say something if you want to say.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you, Brother Naeem, Javed, mashallah. I think we got very good stories which are more inspirational in terms of what we need to do. I think the journey is very clear. So if any one of you have got any questions to be clarified, you're most welcome. Please, one by one, you can unmute yourself and ask question. We will take a few questions for next 10 to 15 minutes.
Any corrections? I seek your corrections too.
Yes, brothers, any questions? As I was telling in my introduction, what I have learned and I have come across is that the biggest enemy for us is nothing else than our own excuses. Our own excuses is the biggest enemy, what I have learned. So this is how we try to develop webinars, projects, initiatives for our own self, for the community, under the banner of All India Islahi Center. We do this. And also Hadaf, where our brother Naeem Javed is the founder of Hadaf, which is, let me just read out the acronym for Hadaf. It's Human Abilities Development and Advancement and Foundation. So it's a registered group, and he, mashallah, tabarakallah, he himself is, dedicated in terms of all this development activities. And we really want to thank him for his valuable time today. So anyone has got questions, please, you can unmute and continue to ask questions.
Yeah, there's a question. Alhamdulillah, first of all, thank you very much for insight, mind development talk by Mr. Naeem Javed. Regarding the positive self-talk, what will be the second step after that?
You need to change the cassette, sir. You need to change the self-talk. Salaliq, what we are talking negative, I cannot do. Said, I can do. It's possible. Self-affirmation. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave us good lot of dua.
Yes.
Be in the range of that spiritual nur. Dua nur is there. It's possible. God is with us. Self-talk. Positive. It's possible. The psychosomatic influence will start working on you. Then it will be a very great change. You can find that one. Self-talk. It's possible. We can do that one. And with the help of dua, with the help of hadith, with the help of clear affirmation, you have to work in the very particular area where we are feeding your negative talk, junk thought, junk food of the mental hunger.
Jazakallah khair, mashallah. Allah will definitely reward and make everybody who is listening to your talk that inshallah, let this talk be a grand success to our Muslim Ummah for the persons to come in future, inshallah. And really speaking, I have made this thing, alhamdulillah, by the Allah's blessing that I can do. Inshallah, I will definitely make this talk, your talk, a real changing game changer, inshallah.
Yeah, we have to change. We have to try. We have to try, and God will care. Next question. Anything?
Brother Naeem, Javed, let me ask myself, like, can you give in your own life, how you are able to conquer and mashallah, you are able to come out of this trap of the excuses?
See, when I was in my home, my father was a very great person. He came 4 times in his circle, from a million rupees to 0 rupees, million rupees to 0 rupees. So we learned from him that we made again the same circle. We managed to do that one. Third thing, I wrote a book about this one, Charm of Choice, in English, The Charm of Choice in Personality Development. Basically, I'm an author, not speaker. So I used to write that one. And the third thing, when I was young, I was having a dream to serve as a general manager, though I don't know, but somehow I reached as a country director. So I want you young boys to have a dream that, hey, we are in 25. One day, God will bless you, that you will be the best in the organization. You have to keep working. You have to keep trying. So at the end, I can say that I'm serving in one company as a country director. So excuses. My kids used to say that I'm a everyday battery charged from Fajr to night. I just fell down. I don't do any kind of lethargic. I keep reading Urdu, Arabic, Persian, and English, with a lot of things. I'm not very good speaker. I'm a reasonably good writer. I conducted globally many international seminars in different languages, particularly in Urdu. So whereas that was my first love and first passion. So it's possible. You just make a dream possible. Set a goal, it's possible.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Walaikum salam.
Naeem Saab, just wanted to ask how to be consistent in doing the things. Usually what happens is the first time we get out of the excuses, okay, but the second time we try to do it, we are not able to do it. Like, how to get consistency in doing that?
There is a hadith that the best work is the work which is done by mudawima, the consistency. So whenever let me tell you one secret I would like to share you. Maybe I'll try to sum up in 30 seconds, 1 minute. You know what I used to do? It's a very secret thing I usually don't share, but allow me to share. I travel mentally to the period of Madinah Munawwara in the time of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So I dare to in his Masjid Nabawi and imagining the house of the Prophet, but I don't raise my eyes. I keep my eyes on the sand, on the threshold and the footrest of the Masjid Nabawi. And I imagine the Sahaba was sitting there and start sharing my problem with Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I said, I'm getting repulsive and angry. And I know the one hadith, Prophet said, La taghzab, la taghzab, la taghzab. You are having excuses to get angry, repulsive. So I used to complain, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Prophet, I failed to do. I'm inconsistent. Prophet used to say me, in my imagination, I was having a very clear imagination. I don't open my eyes. I don't raise my eyelid. I just see the sand of the Prophet's land. Prophet said, Naeem, la taghzab, la taghzab. Then I take an oath. Then I start coming from Madinah Munawwara and crying and connecting to the God. Whenever I lose the interest, I go mentally to the Madinah. I feel a live connection and help to change my bad habit. This is the secret which I share.
Okay, Brother Naeem, in conclusion, what you would ask all of us, all the participants, what is your concluding summary?
I humbly request, take 2-3 things today. Take an oath and start working on that one. Take an oath. Keep motivating yourself. Keep reading yourself and start doing that one. Subtle, slight, daily, continuously. And trust me, you don't know the how difference you will able to manage that one. You will go away from your bad habit and stop doing mental self-negative talk. First you change. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive bigger crimes, but will not forgive if you deny the mental, if you deny and do any mental crime, that I will not believe in God. It's the biggest mental crime than drink and any other things. I would like to, don't want to share that one. Stay on course, stick to the course and start doing that. It's possible. It's possible. Small thing.
Jazakallah khair. So in conclusion, anyone has got any questions? So if not, it's already Maghrib Adhan happening here in Jeddah. So if no questions, we will close the meeting today.
Okay. So thanks for that one. Please do pray for me that we're doing our humble efforts. If anybody likes, and I would like to share my mobile also, 3629-674. You can take my number from the coordinators. I'm very thankful for Islahi Center. They always help me to work. God bless you all. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much, Brother Nayeem Javed Saab. It was really inspirational, and I hope we will conquer our excuses and get to the excellence and the real purpose of our life, inshallah, as per Quran and Sunnah, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam. Thank you, Javed Saab, again from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Samir sir.
Thank you so much, Javed bhai. Alhamdulillah, actually, it was initiated by me. Alhamdulillah, Siraj bhai has, mashallah, given me. Allah bless you more. Alhamdulillah, Allah bless everybody who is hearing to your talk. Let them come up with a strong commitment. अज़्म की आंच से पत्थर भी पिघल जाते हैं, गर ना हो अज़्म तो मोम भी पत्थर की तरह. तो इंशाल्लाह हमारे अज़्म को इंशाल्लाह मजबूत करेंगे इंशाल्लाह ताला. अल्लाह ताला कबूल फरमाए ये निश्चित को. अल्लाह ताला हम तमाम को अल्लाह अपने जिस मकसद के लिए पैदा किए वो मकसद में हासिल करने वाला बनाएंगे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाह. जज़ाकल्लाह साहब. ईमान अल्लाह.
Thank you.
Thank you.